I'll show you one more spot, but I'll show you guys how this works first. So, remember I said all the settings are already set to you on the go, and I set the time. So, how this works is
Stay.
gets plugged into here, and it gets plugged into here, so you have one on each side. And then it's kind of good to keep track, like this one, the one on this side, I'm gonna put here, and then it just gets plugged in. Doesn't matter which one's left and right and everything, just gotta get plugged in. And same thing on this side.
Down.
And so remember when I told you how you can watch it happening? Remember, if it's on the relax mode, you're not going to feel anything.
Right.
So you kind of got to pay attention for the contractions. Am I getting a contraction? Which I'm only going to get it some of the time. So I'll start off on one, and probably what I'll do is I'll just do each one on its own. So I'm going to just kind of focus on getting a contraction on this side, find out what it is, and then we'll write it down. So right now it's ramping down, so I'm not going to feel anything. And it's off right now.
Down.
So now it's starting to ramp up. And now it should be on. So I'm going to try to turn it and see. I can just feel it right now, and I got about 3.5.
No.
So why don't you put your hand here, Michael?
Here?
Right where my hand is on top
Where
of it. I'm
is
going to
it?
let
On
go.
top
Now
of
there's no feeling. There's nothing there. I'm going to let inward, so we're not like relaxed phase. But I'll let you know, you should be able to feel it. And you can feel one level should be a very low
Knock
rate
it
of
off.
current.
Okay.
But you're going to actually feel those muscles twitching underneath you. I'll let you know.
Stop it.
Now it's coming on.
Okay, I feel it.
Do you feel it? Now watch it. I'm going to lower it. See how you don't feel it anymore?
Yeah.
So I have to go up to probably let you feel it
Okay,
right
I
about now,
feel
right?
it.
Okay.
Guinness. It's
And that's
okay.
how
He feels it too.
That's at about 3.5. You know, if I went up to 4, and you can see it. If I went up to
Oh,
4,
yeah.
he'd probably be like, whoa. So you might end up finding that you have to back down, and it's usually really, really small numbers. So like,
Okay.
you might have to back down a little bit, or move it up a little bit. So, but like, I'm right around 3. So for him on this side, I would probably get it up to about 3, and then see if I could feel it. And if I couldn't, then I would like infinitesimally move it up higher. But you know, but I'm thinking between 3 and 3.5. You know, like I
Okay.
said, you might get to the end of it and realize you have to keep playing with it. You might
Does this mean he doesn't like it or it just feels
it's not
weird
even
to
on
him?
right now. He's just.
Stop it!
What you might want to do is end up having somebody on that side and just kind of
Yeah.
have a hand on his head and everything. So then usually mind it, and usually I kind of, you don't have to keep your hand on it, but so now it's on. If you kind of see it.
That's
moving,
just to
you can
make
feel
sure
it,
that
so.
you know it's on.
It's
You
okay,
know-
Guinness.
Seem to react
Be
more when it's
careful.
on than when it's not on. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit weird, you know. So, and now you can feel it's going off. So we know about what's setting. That's a little bit past 3. See how that knob, and see how it's just not even at 3.5. Right? Okay. So now we're going to try to figure this one out. And then normally you'll just set it up to where we know we should set it to and just go. But we're trying to figure it out right now. So they're going at the same time, but this one I had set to like 0.1, so he wasn't
okay.
feeling anything.
Yeah.
So. And on this one, I just feel it at 3. If you want to put your hand up here. So you want to put it on the pads usually?
On the pad.
Do you feel that? And I could probably do a little bit more. But if I go past that, now it's ramping down. So for both of them, he's a little bit past 3.
3.
And so I would probably get it up to maybe just at the beginning of the 3. I might not feel anything at that point. And then kind of like, okay, kind of that. And then you just sit here. Until it says 0, until it stops, you know.
Okay.
Kind of thinking, actually these are a little bit odd in the sense that I think it's not, if you hit set, you can, I can get to the time. So what you might want to do is just get to the time point, because that's the only thing you're ever going to change, and then you can watch it. So now it's on because it's saying on. I can feel it in both legs.
Yeah, I can.
You can feel that at his feet.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
if I had it really strong,
Hey,
it would make the whole
stop
muscle
it.
contract. That, you know what I mean? If you made that really strong, he would flex this whole leg because
Leg.
it forced it to contract. So,
Yeah, because I can see it vibrate.
this is why don't we just let this finish, and then
Okay.
I'll shave the other one. And like I
Okay.
said, you're gonna always do this one, and you're gonna alternate between these two.
Okay,
So I would just write down a day, how long you did it for, and then which ones of these you did, and that way you know just alternate between those, and then every 2-3 times you just up the time.
okay.
And that's it. You could just leave it here and not feel it. I like to kind of feel it periodically or the whole time, just because, like I said, sometimes I find towards the end I gotta increase it, or and sometimes it's real obvious on him. You can
Yeah.
feel it,
Yeah.
but it's not always. And so
Let's see, we gotta hold your head down.
I've had some people. The reason I'm harping on it, I've had some people who said they got it when they were here. They took it home and they were doing it, and they didn't reshave. The hair grew back, and they weren't getting any contraction. So they're like wasting their time doing it.
Right,
So we really don't want to do that. That's not
Right,
anyone's interest.
right.
So now we're at 1 minute. So
You're snoring.
do you feel comfortable feeling it, like what it
Michael?
felt like? If you did it a lot stronger, if you put it too much, he's probably going to jump and freak
Yeah.
out. And it'll just be the same thing, but it's really strong pulsing contractions. And they said, what happens if you practice on yourself, which you could, if you put it really strongly, it'll force your hand, we call it the Frankenstein, it forces your hand like this, and you can't move, you can't override it, because it's just making your muscles contract and things like that. So you could
It's not
force
gonna-
him into like
yeah.
a really strong contraction.
But if you did too much, it's not gonna hurt
It's not gonna
anything?
hurt him, but he's just gonna be uncomfortable. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? It feels
Yeah.
weird. But you're not gonna hurt him. It's not gonna electrocute him or
Okay.
anything. And other
Okay.
times it's 0. And the other thing too is that it was blinking before.
Yeah.
None of that blinking is there. It's all kind of, all the activity is stopped.
Oh,
But I would just
okay.
hit set until you get to the clock and the time.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of watch it. So, and that's that. And then, and then you just turn it down. And so you take them off. There's this pad you put it on, so you just use baby wipes or some kind of antibacterial moisturizer, whatever kind of wipes you want to use. You can probably use like a tissue or something, but I like having the
I have
moist
wipes
kind
at
of
home,
helps.
baby wipes.
Yours comes out better than ours, so what I usually do
That's
is
because I don't use that part of it. It always tears.
yeah, so I would kind of just
Oh,
wipe,
okay.
clean them off,
Yeah.
and then you stick them on there, so this.
Oh, okay.
Not stick too well, but we'll give you. So now clean these off. And I just wipe him. And if it dries a little bit too, you can brush the area and dry. So
Yeah.
big thing here is, again, remember that you don't want to have gobs. If the gel is connecting, it won't work. So just gotta have a little dab of gel on each side. Okay.
No, was that so bad?
Just clean them off. Stick them on. You don't have to go, with cleaning them either, but if you don't, you'll know they'll get real nasty
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
So, and like I said, you don't need a whole lot of gel either. You just need enough to get contact, so a little dab.
Now, do you think we can get that aloe gel in like Walmart?